Last December, I traversed one of my favorite overland routes in the East, the Allegheny Discovery Route. 213 miles in, and you're faced with the dry fork of the Cheat River, a proper river crossing. Man. And boy, was it flowing. I decided on a safer route, but promised myself I would return to ford the Cheat. We're back. Hitting some of the highlights of the ADR and the dare I promised myself.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was waiting in the undertow.
Out of the 540 miles that make up the Allegheny Discovery Route, the Canaan Loop Road only accounts for about 15 miles of the route and is responsible for its level 4 technical rating. That's not to say that the rest of the route isn't worth doing, but it does make the Canaan Loop a highlight of the trail. It's also well within a day of the dry fork of the Cheat, so if I only had a weekend to cruise the ADR, this is how I would do it.
Waves that shake me out of my skin. Never been so easy. Losing my direction. My bearings have me south of home. I've been wrong before. I was waiting in the undertow, set adrift and fed away like bones, unaware of where my heart would flow. I was waiting in the undertow. And the water like a friend I've not seen in years, so familiar and strange at once, like a lover who lost her touch. At first I was hesitant, now it seems oh so curious. How'd I wind up so far from home? When I barely had left the shore. And I was waiting in the undertow.
What do you think, Mr. Bowie? You want up here? Star of the show right here. You want some of this? You've earned it. Long car ride. Give it a sniff. Yeah. Just out here for 1 day and 2 nights, camping here at the beginning of the Canaan Loop Road and hoping to camp on the opposite side of the Dry Fork River. Pretty sweet campsite I've got here, just off the road, right across the creek. The Canaan Loop Road kind of follows this creek arm, and there's this campsite. As far as I know, it's the only one on the opposite side of the creek. So you kind of have to come down this washed out road and hop the creek to get over here. So should keep all of the Subarus. I'm just picking on you guys. Got a fire that needs building, and since I'm so early to camp a culinary project that I'm gonna be undertaking for dinner. You're gonna run like so much tomorrow. Just gonna let you out. You can get all dirty and run through all the mud puddles. You're gonna love it. You wanna go look for firewood? Let's go look for some firewood. Hey, but we found some wood. Enter slow motion cinematic fire starting scene. Hey Bowie, I made you this. All right, it is time for this culinary project. You guys are gonna be super impressed. You want some more hot dog? Come on, take it. There you go. Yeah. Yep.
Strong baritone echoes through the church. You thought this would help you, but it just made things worse. Hot dog and a Pepsi, $4 in change. You chew through it so swiftly you don't taste a thing. And what is warm can be again. You're just like a fire blown out by the wind. And what is
are moving this morning on the Canaan Loop Road, Monongahela National Forest, headed for the dry fork of the Cheat River by the end of the day. Really hoping that I'm able to cross it this time, otherwise it'll be the second time it turned me around. That's kind of embarrassing. Honestly, this should be a very slow, easygoing day with a moderate trail. One of my favorite roads for sure on the east side of the country, being here in West Virginia. Already got the tires aired down because I know what's coming. Should be a good time though. Definitely more overgrown this time around. All right, that creek crossing was a really good sign for later on down the road when we hit the dry fork of the Cheat. Because last time I hit that creek, there was a lot more water going through it. There's one more creek crossing up here on this Canaan Loop that was deeper last time. It's the deeper of the two that you cross, and I'm curious to see what level that one's at, but that one had almost no water in it. So it's looking good. Just left Davis and the end of the Canaan Loop Road, headed across the river valley to Martin Mountain Road. 701 runs parallel to the Canaan Loop, the north side of it. Also a pretty fun route to drive as well. Doesn't have nearly as much for campsites. Actually, I don't think it has any campsites. I just missed my turn exactly in the same place I missed it on the first time I drove it onto Bowery Street. Sneaks up on you. Anyways, excited to drive this road again. Last time I drove it, the sun was setting and it was really nice lighting because you're heading west the whole time. Now it's almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so middle of the day sun. 81 degrees out here, can't complain. Really hazy out here, I don't know what the deal is with that, but we'll be back on the dirt here shortly. it just hit 4 o'clock. We're turning off of R18, the Highway 48, headed towards the grand finale of this trip. The whole reason I'm here, the dry fork of the cheat. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out real soon what this river looks like. Oh, hell yeah. Way better. Way better this time. Entrance is a little overgrown. So much better than last time. All right, we're going. Ooh. Steep approach. Let's go. So excited. What a good start. Plenty of big rocks. All right. Halfway across. Definitely deeper water. All right. Glad I got the snorkel. Hell yeah. Made it across. Fist bump. All right, we just crossed the dry fork of the Cheat. Really stoked about that. There's an awesome campsite just on the other side. I don't know my cardinal directions right now. The opposite of the road. Two big fire rings. I knew this was here, and this is exactly where I wanted to camp tonight. So we got the river right behind me. Definitely about to take a bath. Don't tell Mr. Bowie, but he really needs a bath too. But I don't know if I'll actually be able to camp here tonight because just 30 yards away, someone's got camp set up at the second fire ring. I really hate it when people do this. Not steal a camp, like first come, first serve, totally. But this has clearly been here for a hot minute. They got tarps over stuff that's set out. Big Pullman, like 6-person tent set up. Nobody's here. So someone set this up with the intent to come back to it, I guess, and possibly long enough to where it might rain while they're gone. Yeah, this isn't like a you can stake your claim. And I mean, I get it if you're gonna come back in the same day, but it really doesn't seem like they're coming back in the same day. Maybe they are, and if they do, I'll definitely leave, but I might stay here kind of late and see if anybody shows up. I mean, it's not really the same campsite. There's 2 separate ones. They're just close together. I just don't like camping next to people, and I really don't like it when people just leave stuff at a campsite. Regardless, I am about to get in this river, and I'm going to drag Mr. Bowie in here with me, whether he wants to or not. Come on. What do you think of all of that, Mr. Bowie? You were about to drift off there, making a run for downstream. The water is the perfect temperature. Nobody has showed up to this campsite next to us, and this spot is really growing on me. Probably just gonna stay here. It would seem too big of a shame to pass up a night at such a beautiful spot. The dry fork of the cheat. Redemption on the dry fork of the cheat. I feel like I need like a patch or a sticker, some kind of recognition for finally being able to have come back and do that. What do you think, Bowie? Are you ready for dinner? You are really gonna like what I'm cooking tonight. It's 2 of your most favorite things. That is a tired pup. What your mom said. Just a couple Alright. I don't have any seasonings. No seasonings, but whatever. It's going in, the mac and cheese is going in. The mac and cheese, that's the seasonings. This is, if you want to make a meal, if you want to make me a meal that's going to make me happy, beef mac is the way to go. All right, they're going in. Good luck. Good luck, boys.
Wow, I have to strain. Okay. I have a strainer right here. Imagine that. Can I touch this? I don't think so. Very carefully.